Pritesh, you also shared one blog in support of the slide which I shared. So, would you like to start with your opening remarks?
Yes, definitely. So, what you said is exactly right. So, the more value that we provide to our customers, basically what our product or anybody's product, what we try to do is we are trying to alleviate our customers' pain points. So, customers are facing some pains and they are ready to pay some money so that the product is relieving that pain for them, and that is exactly what you mean by sweet spot. But what happens in most of the cases is it is very difficult to find such customers who are having that pain point, right? I'll give you my own personal example. When I started, we were trying to sell it to everyone, my product, right? We were trying to sell to anyone who has a physical product, and we were trying to basically capture the market as quicker as possible. But in this process, our customer acquisition cost was just shooting very high, and it was something which was not sustainable, and that is at that point we decided, okay, we need to focus on one particular target segment, right? So now this is the target segment. It is such that they know that they have a problem, and like they have tried different solutions. Let's say for example, in case of I don't want to give my example all the time, Storeplum's example, but let's say if somebody is trying to sell okay, I'm running out of, I'll just give you my example. So let's say if like there are people who know how to get started with the website, and they also exactly know what are the pain points in scaling that website. Like starting a website is fairly easy, right? You hire a developer or you buy it from a platform, etc. But not many people are aware of how to scale the website. There are hundreds of different things. मैं Facebook पे ad चलाऊँ, या I should I focus on SEO, or should I do blog and content marketing, actually see what exactly I should be doing. So in order for there should be a in order to bridge that gap, like finding the right customer with the right pain points and my product, right? There has to be in order to, like, there is a sweet point, like, but these are still two different sets at this time. They are not connected yet. In order to find it efficiently, what we have found personally is there is it is very important to find a targeted segment, and through that targeted segment, if we find a persona. So in my case, to give you another example, in my case the persona is something like, we look out for whether my potential customer is male or female, uh, what is their annual turnover. So let's say if their annual turnover is above 15 lakhs, they are very good candidate for us. It means that they are willing to scale, and they have more money to invest on new things that they want to. Versus if there is a customer who has just started with selling products online, having my product will be a steep upfront cost for him, so he will think twice or maybe thrice. And in that process, for me to convince him to get on board, the sales cycle is long, and I'm spending too much of time in getting that customer on board. So in that way, I strongly feel like having a persona right in front of us, where we actually name the person, to the persona. Let's say the name is XYZ something, his income is something, his maybe education qualities are something, and even the products. Let's say now we specifically focus into health and wellness, where we try to close as many as customers into health and wellness, because after pandemic, suddenly there has been many people who are newly aware of health and health related products, so it did make sense to add that in our persona as well. So once we ask ourselves those questions, like who is my target customer, like every minute detail, like what kind of television shows do they watch, do they prefer streaming services, or do they watch regular cable TV. All the minute things, they put in a lot of information, they provide us a lot of information, so that just with one phone call, I get a feeling that, okay, maybe I should pursue this potential customer lead or not. So it is now that simple for us. Essentially, it reduces my customer acquisition cost to, we have seen like about 60% savings in our customer acquisition cost now, in the amount of spend that we were doing. So I feel what you said is exactly right, but we also have to connect those two dots, just because there are people who have problems, who are willing to pay for the solution, but given the budget of our own budget, and given the sales cycle, the amount of time it is going to take, it is also very important that we identify exactly whom do I want to target first before approaching to everyone, and that is where creating a persona, I think it makes sense. Yeah.
Right, right. If I, got your point correctly, what you are trying to say is actually also matching with what we discussed on the other day, on Friday, where the character Paresh Rawal says that you sell the hero and not the story, right? Sort of. So, yes, you want to find out people. Let's say health and nutrition is something that you want to focus upon, but the people who are good at health and nutrition, or people who are
Mhm.
good at their products. For example, I think Revati madam just left the meeting, but let's say she is very good at making the cakes, okay,
Mhm.
at baking the cakes. uh, People are not interested in that story. People are interested in what exactly, and how exactly their needs are fulfilled, and that is
Correct.
the hero for them. And so what goes into the process, what goes into, at the back end, let's say, people probably sometimes they are interested, but that's not really their core interest area. They are interested in how are you solving my problem, how are you satisfying my need, right? So in your case, for example, the problem that you have identified, that generally people have the business, they understand the importance of online presence and all that, but they don't know how to go about it. uh,
Correct.
Technologically, of course, they are lacking because that's not their core expertise area. They are good at, let's say, baking the cake, they are good at manufacturing something. So
Yeah.
that there is no point in, for them to learn the whole, the entire aspects of online presence. And that's where you come in picture and you help them, uh, almost like a partner, for them, uh,
Correct.
to support their business and take their business forward, right?
Right. Right.
Okay.